This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good morning to you and a happy Saturday. I am Kevin Smith and this is your morning newscast on Kaieteur Radio. Let's get to the news in detail. If ExxonMobil Ghana wants to reduce the 16 million cubic feet of natural gas being flared daily at the Eliza Destiny vessel down to pilot levels, it would be forced to cease production. This is according to Exxon's production manager, Mike Ryan. His comments came in direct response to claims made by former EPA head Dr. Vincent Adams. Dr. Adams said that the company is only giving the country a slew of excuses so that it can continue its reckless endangerment of the environment. He went on to say that ExxonMobil can very well slash its production so that it can reduce its flaring to the required pilot level of 1 million cubic feet of natural gas daily or less. He said also that if this cannot happen, then the company should shut down its operations. And now let's tell you Westmount Energy, an indirect shareholder in the Kanji block, announced on Thursday that ExxonMobil made a discovery at the Bulletwood 1 well that was determined to be non-commercial. This, Westmount said, is according to a shareholder communication from JHI Associates, a company with a 17.5% stake in the Exxon-operated block. Westmount said that Bulletwood 1 data confirms the presence of the Ghana-Suriname Basin petroleum system and the petroleum prospectivity of the block. Kanji is estimated to hold about 10 billion oil equivalent barrels. In other news, Shadow Oil Minister David Patterson yesterday proposed a motion in the National Assembly to form a multi-agency task force. This is for the formulation of a land use policy for the oil sector and mandating that all future shore bases be state-owned but leased to private operators. The motion was seconded by Opposition Chief Whip Christopher Jones. Patterson brought the motion on the premise that there is an enormous growing need for shore bases to service the needs of the local industry. The Guyana Shore Base Incorporated does not have the capacity to handle Guyana's shore base needs and certainly will not be able to handle the growing need on its own. ExxonMobil is already producing oil at the Liza Phase 1 operation and has 3 more on the way. And moving on, given its aim to efficiently monitor and regulate the diverse and lucrative oil and gas sector, it would be good for Ghana to establish its own national oil company, or NOC. Making this critical disclosure was Rudolph Elias, CEO and Managing Director of Suriname's NOC, Statsoli. Elias highlighted the importance and benefits of having a seat at the table with international companies. He said that this will provide the country with first-hand information on project costs while keeping transactions transparent. Elias went on to say that Ghana should start building knowledge for a NOC because paving the way for capacity building, countries make better deals with the international oil companies as well as being able to better understand what they are doing. With that said, now let's tell you, nearly a month after going missing, the third person who was abandoned by a boat operator on a sandbank some distance away from the number 63 beach on February 9th has been found. Regional Commander Jairam Ramlakan confirmed that the remains of Sharida Hussein of Pilot Street, New Amsterdam, was found nestled among 3 twigs and shrubs on the number 48 foreshore by a fisherman on Thursday night. Her body was positively identified by her son by a distinguishing mark on her foot. Her body was escorted to the Anthony's funeral parlor, awaiting a post-mortem examination. And moving on, alleged serial rapist 37-year-old Thurston Sample of Tuckville Terrace, Georgetown, was yesterday slapped with his 4th rape charge and remanded to prison. Sample, a taxi driver who is no stranger to the courts, appeared in the Georgetown Magistrates Court before Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan. He was not required to plead to the indictable charge, which alleged that between February 24th and February 25th, 2021, he engaged in sexual penetration with a woman without her consent. And moving on, a man who has been on remand since 2016 for the murder of a number 68 village fisherman was yesterday found guilty of murder by a mixed jury at the Berbice High Court. Munilal Sarju broke down in tears and pleaded his innocence after hearing he was found guilty of murdering Levan Chanderpal. Levan Chandra Paul was 26 years old at the time of his death in 2016. His body was discovered bound with chop wounds 2 days after going missing on April 24, 2016 in the number 68 Backlands. And finally, let's tell you, the Ministry of Health yesterday reported 30 new COVID-19 infections, which increases the case toll to 8,729. 5 patients are in the COVID-19 ICU, another 9 are in institutional quarantine, 39 in institutional isolation, and 386 in home isolation. Additionally, a total of 8,099 persons have recovered to date, with 25 new recoveries recorded yesterday. The COVID-19 death toll remains at 200.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.